You are the Resistance.
I'm Christopher Titus, people, and this is the Armageddon update, and I gotta be honest, I am tired. I am like walking up 300 flights of stairs after a 3-day heroin bender. Tired. I'm tired of watching the news. I don't want to talk about this bloviating, diaper-clad ignoramus another day in my life. However, if I don't keep screaming sanity in the face of the hour-by-hour insanity these morons are screaming at us, then I don't believe I'm doing my duty as a human or as an American. Today, Diaper Dumbass admitted he was a dictator.
Sometimes you need a dictator.
All he needs now is the Hitler mustache. Sorry, the Michael Jordan mustache. Mike, what the fuck were you thinking with this? This week, Trump went to Davos and gave a speech that would have, well, made any other family member put another 80-year-old in a home strapped to a gurney with an IV full of Oxycontin and Ensure.
They called me daddy. The stock market took the first dip yesterday because of Iceland. What I'm asking for is a piece of ice.
Now he wants to take Greenland, all 58,000 people. He said,
We have a concept of a deal.
you know, like they had a concept of a plan on healthcare
I have concepts of a plan.
and a concept of a plan on immigration.
They're rapists. They're eating the dogs.
He got in front of the leaders of the world and said,
Without us, most of the countries don't even work.
it's a weird opening, okay, all right, but compelling, right? Maybe he was trying to shock him and then give him the punchline. So, all right, let's see where he flips it and brings it home. You ready?
After the war, we gave Greenland back to Denmark. How stupid were we to do that? But we did it. But we gave it back. But how ungrateful are they now?
Okay, all right. He's setting it up further for a ravaging punchline. Here we go. Ready?
Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful also, but they're not.
Okay, all right. Not yet. Now he's going to drop the hammer and unite the world. You ready?
I believe they're at a point now where they can come together and get a deal done. And if they don't, they're stupid.
Huh. Can that dude inspire a crowd or what? He fucking did it again. This 34-time felon, rapist, pedophile. Then he told the world that without America, they would always be speaking German and a little Japanese, perhaps.
Without us, right now, you'd all be speaking German and a little Japanese.
Yeah, dipshit, so would we! The speech I watched today spoke into dead silence to the leaders of the world. The only reactions he got was when he said something so stupid the whole world laughed in his face. I gotta be honest, people, I'm fucking embarrassed by this loser, this bankrupt felon, daughter-coveting rapist. In the past, whenever we saw a Bond villain, they were always cultured and brilliant, diabolical and cool. They didn't wear diapers and smell like the inside of a turd's butthole. They didn't think a word like groceries was a magical word that no one uses.
You know, who uses the word? I started using the word, the groceries.
And they didn't have the cognitive abilities of a fourth grader with a traumatic brain injury. He's going to end America, people, if he hasn't already. Watching his speech in Davos was like watching a failed comedian at an open mic desperately looking for a closing joke when him standing there is the fucking joke. He's going to destroy NATO.
Trillions and trillions of dollars on NATO and gotten absolutely nothing in return.
He's going to make America a pariah that no one wants to even look at. That's right. Trump is going to make America as hated and undesirable as a documentary about his wife. We need to end this dude, America. So keep screaming sanity.
Let me put this in words you might understand. Mr. President, fuck off.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. God, I'm so tired. I can't even get up. I'm just gonna... I'm good. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. How are you guys doing today, man? Thanks for watching the Armageddon update. With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And our guest today is a very talented musician and songwriter, a indie artist who is pretty badass. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kenny Titus.
Hello. Not related to anybody here.
I
didn't.
Do you go? No, you go by Kenny. just Kenny, right?
No, Titus.
Ken
Oh,
said-
you do?
She switched it.
So,
Yeah, she went Titus.
okay. All right. You
then-
decided you weren't embarrassed to
Yeah,
have that
yes.
affiliation.
Exactly. Everyone always asks me if it's my real name because it's so.
They
Everyone
ask
thinks
me
it's
that
so
too.
cool. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
is that your real name? I'm
That's
like,
funny
"Yes."
because like all my whole life when I started doing stand up, people said Christopher Titus. That's not your real name, right? What's your real name? And I go,
Mhm.
that's my real name.
Yeah, you're like.
And then
yeah.
Jet's when we named Jet,
Yeah,
I
you
wanted
gave Jet a
I wanted
crazy
Jet
Jet
has
to
a crazy.
Yeah.
I wanted Jet to have. The joke was always I wanted Jet to either be a fighter pilot or leader of the prison gang, no matter which way he
Well,
goes.
he's well on his way.
Yes.
To one of those.
Yes.
But he's got a funny joke in his act where he says, because he had a fake ID and he used Cody Maverick. He really did this. I remember when I saw it. He used Cody Maverick from the Pixar movie Surf's Up. This is your brother, so
Of
you're
course. Oh, I
you're
know.
partially
Oh,
responsible
she's
for
aware.
this.
Yeah, that's our favorite
Okay.
movie.
No, she's largely responsible
yeah.
for a lot of
Surf's
Jet.
Up. So he uses he actually literally had his picture, Cody Maverick. No one in San Francisco said anything as he had this fake ID. He goes to the bar after he turns 21 and they go, he brings his real ID, Jet Titus,
Mhm.
and they go, this is fake.
Mhm, exactly.
Because his name sounds the most fake.
Exactly. So
Yeah, I get asked a
Kenny
lot
sounds fake
if
too,
it's a real name or if I use, like, if I made it up.
Yeah.
And I thought about it because I love the name Titus. I think that's a really
Mhm.
cool name,
Mhm.
but I've never met anyone else.
I've
without
only
that-
met
with that
like
name.
I feel like people have like really fat bulldogs named Titus always like that's
Yes,
that's
you're
always
welcome.
the
A lot
dog.
of them are named after
That is
me.
true.
in the
Yeah,
TV
it's
show,
always
yeah.
like those dogs, but otherwise I don't know
Not
anyone
people.
named Titus.
I've
Not
never met
people, though.
anyone
No, but
except
it's-
for family.
I have
Yeah.
a couple of people on the road that have said I named our son Titus after your TV show because of your TV show. And I thought, well, that's like getting a tattoo.
Oh, our favorite
That's
puppy
crazy.
is named Titus. I
right,
actually,
a dog.
Yes.
A dog.
I actually just
Bernedoodle.
remembered
Okay.
something. I'm wrong. We met a couple of months ago. I think it was Tacoma. A guy showed me his ID and his name was Christopher Titus.
No,
Do you
I
way.
remember
this.
that?
He showed me-
Because
I
I didn't believe him, and he pulled out his driver's license.
Wow.
He may have changed his name legally because that's how impressive I am. I want to thank you guys for a couple of things before we get started onto what we're going to talk about, and then we're going to talk about Little Miss here has an album coming out. I wanted to say thank you for your response to Carrying Monsters. 800-Pound Gorilla
Yeah.
released it 5 days ago, and it's getting close to 250,000 views now.
Wow.
So do me a favor, go see Carrying Monsters, and it's my best. You know, I was telling Ray, I said you can always tell when you did a good special or something because they don't say, wow, that's funny or wow, that's good. They tell you their experience.
Mhm.
They go, oh my God, I ran away when I was a kid. Or they go, my parents got divorced and here's how bad it was. I used to hang out with bars with my mom. And they go through all the bits. And I think that's the highest compliment when they actually, I told Bruce, my manager, about it. And he said, Maria Bamford has the same thing. They don't talk about her act. They talk about, here's my problems with mental illness. Here's my mom. And it's really cool.
That was like my greatest feedback when I started doing Beauty for Ashes.
Yeah.
Was people coming up that were fighting cancer or had been a caregiver and they wanted to tell me their story. It was pretty crazy. After I filmed the special, there was a girl second show that just couldn't stop crying. So that's what my comedy did.
That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do with a big stand-up comedy
Gotta
show.
make you cry your
Sobbing
eyes out.
uncontrollably.
Don't worry, I cry too.
Oh my God.
Speaking of that, we've got it edited. A little. She has not watched it yet, so we can't
I
go any
am
Oh my
further.
going
God,
to.
still
With
you haven't
Amber.
watched- Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's hard.
Moral
It is, yeah,
support.
I know. I can't imagine.
Okay, so
I
but-
And
can't
also
imagine.
the laughter track isn't fixed, just my part is, and so you have to watch it. So
Uh-huh.
Ken called me and like gave me the speech, and I was like, I know,
We mic'd
I've
you.
done
We had
this
you-
many times,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be the same as what it sounds like finished.
Right.
So you have to like steel yourself.
Can you listen to your stuff after you record it, or do you have to take a minute?
I don't have a problem with music, like listening to it, because it's, I don't know, it's a very controlled environment. Like you're picking everything you want on the thing, and it's like whatever my best vocal take is. But sometimes if I see videos like of me playing live, like I'm like, I can't look at this. Oh God, like, why am I doing that? Like I don't know. I make like weird faces.
Do
I
you
think.
regret any of your videos? Is
The
there any videos you've done that
non-rehearsed
you regret where
moments.
you're like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that?
Um,
Because as a father, there's a moment in and big enough that I'm just like, no.
I mean, I think, at that
You were being silly and
I was
controversial?
around people that were encouraging me to
Oh.
do things or
Oh.
like
The
look
video?
a certain way.
Yeah, there's that moment in the video
Oh,
where
you
she does
ripped
that little thing.
the condom open with your teeth, right?
That-
Was
yeah.
that
And
it?
she does a little.
There's something else, too.
Yeah, there's
That
something
was
else.
crazy.
We don't-
Honestly,
we
that
don't
was
bring it up.
crazy.
What was it? I forget.
I don't
I gotta
want
go watch
I
that
shouldn't
again.
do it.
Now
pool.
big
Nope,
enough
you're not doing
views
it.
are gonna spike.
not
It
doing-
is not good. By the way, one of
Yeah.
her best songs I like, Big Enough, Beverly Hills. This kid keeps pumping out music, and the new album coming out. What's the name of the album?
Angel Pink.
Angel Pink.
Angel
It's-
Pink.
It's so.
Was it a blowy? Is that?
Yes, that's what
She-
it was.
she
But it
does a
wasn't.
fake-
I
she-
wasn't like.
Yeah, it's.
She was so ready
It
to
wasn't.
get it out.
I
Yes.
know it was that. It was
It's
that.
regarding a
I'll
lyric.
admit it.
She's a lyric about the guy.
How old
All he
were
does
you?
is watch porn.
Like 19.
Yeah, it
was.
wasn't-
I
it
was.
was- it was-
I was like.
As your dad,
No,
I
it
still
wasn't my
have a
creative
tumor from
ideas.
it.
It wasn't my creative ideas.
I
That's what I will
still
say.
have a tumor. Good. It's glad you're
Yeah.
listening to the people that are really coming up with the top-notch, high-class ideas.
Yeah. Well, they worked before.
Well,
you know
at
what I mean?
19,
I know.
Of
you were
course.
very different than most.
I fell into a bonfire when I was
19-year-olds.
16, so I had become basically a Mormon,
Yes.
a Christ child at that point.
Yes,
Yeah, and-
Christ child is not what I was going to say, but okay.
Close enough.
All right, before we get to the album stuff, can we let's go to the Armageddon update. So our
Oh,
president
God.
was sent to this is okay. It's bad enough when the man walks to a mic in our country. However, when you put this man on stage in front of the world leaders who actually got their college degrees and they're amazing leaders or they're strong leaders, and you put this clown in front of all these people that are literally serious humans, it cranks the embarrassment up so high. He goes, we need that piece of ice.
He called it Iceland 4 times.
He called it Iceland 4 times.
in front of everyone
Oh
there.
my God.
Not Greenland.
I used to
Iceland.
get confused about that too, though.
Yeah.
Because
but
one
you're
is
a-
green.
You're not the
and-
president.
True.
And you're not 70. You were a child.
He's almost 80, but
Right.
yeah, I just don't want you to sell me short there. I'm
Yeah,
really
yeah.
counting. Do you remember those construction paper rings that we would make?
Yeah.
And then every day you'd pull off a ring as it got
Yes.
closer. That's what I do with Trump.
Yeah, Come on, today, tomorrow, one more ring.
Okay.
So
Big cankles. Okay. All right.
then he goes, you can give us Greenland. You can let us have. You can say yes, or you can, and we'll be happy, or you can say no, and we will never forget. And I'm like, you are threatening our friends. It's like
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
because I think it's this. You know that, okay, so you don't know this. You know that Trump has been renting to Russians. They've been buying his condos since early 80s. He started visiting Putin in Russia in 1987.
Okay.
He took his beauty pageants and he had a modeling agency. And they were washing money. They were washing money, but they were buying the condos, right, for $2 million. And they were keeping them for 2 years and then selling them for $1.8 million. So to get their illegal money cleaned because they got their money back, and so the
Just like
money's
Walter
clean.
White.
So the money, okay, so
Yeah.
right, yes, yes.
Right.
By the way,
She's now seen Breaking Bad.
Yes,
breaking,
obviously.
good. Now, by the way,
Finally.
I'm glad you saw Breaking Bad because it does relate in some ways to the Trump administration. Except
Yeah.
Walter White actually had a degree and was really smart.
Right.
So we've got that going on. I think he's destroying. I think this is Putin's final push to destroy NATO. That's what I think. I think
Using Trump?
Yeah.
So he did say at Davos that he's most likely not going to use military force to take, he said Iceland, but he meant Greenland. He
Jesus.
also said that
Jesus.
sometimes in front of all these people, these very accomplished, educated world leaders,
Wow.
he said sometimes you need a dictator.
He said that out loud?
Yeah.
You need a dictator?
Sometimes you
on
need.
the world stage, not in the back room where he's having a cup of coffee with a dude.
Yeah. It's being reported as an extremely erratic address to Davos.
Wow.
I watched some of the highlights of it. He's going in and out.
Yes.
You see his brain dimming and going back
Mhm.
on, dimming and going back on. Yeah, we have some. What do you think about this being your age and like knowing that you've got another 60 years on the planet and you have to deal with whatever this guy does?
I tend to not think about it too hard.
That's what Jet does.
Yeah, I
That's your
tend to just
brother.
not think about it
Okay,
that hard.
so you're a little bit older than Jet.
Yes.
Would you say you and Jet are in the same generation of thought
yeah,
and
right?
everything? Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think is going on now? Overall, broad strokes. versus
What's the
what
macro?
was happening before when you were little?
I think now we got big
She loved
trouble.
Obama.
We got big trouble.
There you go.
Big trouble.
You know what I think? Big trouble.
Huge
Well,
Okay.
you got to remember these
Wait,
guys.
I want to
Go
hear
ahead, go ahead.
this.
Well, I remember.
She really doesn't want to.
I know.
but-
Well, look, I
Jump
remember
in, Dad, please help.
Obama winning. I remember
Okay.
being in the living room at one of the houses we lived
Yeah.
in, and he won. And then I remember Michelle Obama was encouraging us to like eat sweet potato and stuff, and
Yep.
that was nice.
You're not inaccurate.
That
You're not
was
inaccurate.
That's
super
true.
nice.
Okay.
Very charismatic leader, very caring
the
leader.
sweet
Yes,
potato.
she was- yeah.
Don't help her.
No, she was. There was like ads on Disney Channel. That was obviously what I was watching, and she would have like things on there encouraging us to eat vegetables and stuff. So I think that was a better time for sure.
Except for me, as opposed to the guy.
Okay, what's happening
Wait,
now?
I just wanted to go pose to the guy who actually invites a football team to the White House that won, and he shows up, and it's literally a 40-foot table full of McDonald's hamburgers. The guys are like, we don't eat this shit. The football player said, we don't eat this shit anyway.
Wow,
So go ahead. Now what else?
that's
Go ahead.
Okay, so what's happening now?
What's happening now? A lot more
I-
cheese being eaten, right?
Yeah, I think people are a lot. I don't know, dumber. I think like bad behavior is excused everywhere now, which is like not how it used to be. I feel like you said something where Michelle Obama got in trouble for like wearing a tank top, and it was
Yeah.
like national news. And now our president impersonates people with mental disabilities, and like it's fine.
Yeah. Which is really
Which is
insane.
crazy. There's so many things he's done where I'm like, oh my gosh, anyone else would be
Done.
in so much trouble for this.
What is the vibe on TikTok in general about for your generation? What do
I think like a lot of young people or people like close to my age kind of are, I don't know, like social justice warriors and like
Yeah.
are very educated and are outspoken. But I feel like for the most part, people just take clips of him like saying something stupid and it's more funny than, or they're
Serious.
making like AI edits where he's dressed like as a Dallas cheerleader, like. Like that's mostly what we're doing.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing that. That's mostly what my
That's
generation
mostly what
is
we're
doing.
I think.
What's
yeah.
interesting is
Yeah.
how many times you said like in those sentences. But also,
I know. I'm
also
from the
what's interesting-
valley. What do you want?
What's interesting is that at your age, I remember being your age, and I was doing stand up at the time. I remember I had kind of had to pay attention to certain things because it was comedy, but my comedy was more personal. And there's part of you that just like, I don't like, this is ugly. And you can there's something inside you that goes, this is horrible. It's not going well.
It makes me depressed. Like
Yeah.
even we were
Oh,
watching
Ray
it
and I.
at the cabin, like you had it on the whole time. I never watched I never watch the news. Like I never watch it. So it was on all day and I was just like, this, how can you enjoy anything when you're listening to this all the time?
He doesn't.
Right? I'm like, I can't watch
I'm
this,
better
which is
now.
bad because it's
but
good to be educated, but it's really depressing.
I've gotten to the point where in the car, like I used to listen to these all the time because I had the Armageddon update to
Mhm.
write, and now I turn on Prince and I just play Prince. So because I just at one point and I know we're all feeling this where you just want it to stop.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like it's that joke I do on my show. Picking up your phone's like cutting the red wire on a bomb every morning, and I think people got pissed about eggs during Biden because it was boring. Because Biden, we just knew there was like Buttigieg, and
Yeah,
there was
that's
all
what
these
we
people.
were worried about.
All these people were just running shit, and we didn't hear problems. Oh, he'd go,
That's so
hey,
true.
we passed infrastructure. Guess what? We're gonna fix the country, and we'd all go, yay! And then we'd go back to work, and then someone was like, eggs are expensive.
Yeah.
This Biden guy made eggs. Well, the avian flu burned through like 50 million chickens, and so he had to kill them. It had nothing to do with Biden. I just
It
find
was really cringy listening to him speak in Davos.
Wasn't
it
it?
was painful. It was disrespectful, embarrassing, cruel, mean. It's the little, I was going to say fat little bully who, how they were the ones who had been bullied, so they became bullies. That's him. And he's up in front of world leaders threatening them. He's texting world leaders and blaming them for him not getting the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, we're going to invade your country because I didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah. And it's just like my stepdad, Randy, called him a madman 2 days ago.
And Randy's
he
a
said
colonel.
he's a madman.
Yeah. The funny thing about this thing is that he took a hand-me-down Nobel Peace Prize.
I know. And also, Machado needs to be smacked.
Yeah,
Like, quit kissing his ass. Like, that's
well,
ridiculous.
she thought she thought if she did that, he was going to let her have the election in Venezuela because she did win it by 90%. And Maduro took it, never left office.
There was a tell in his speech because he referenced the stock market dropping. Yeah. And then, which really bugs him. And then he said, which is peanuts compared to how high we've gotten.
Hottest country in the world.
Hottest country. Best economy you've ever seen.
Not
Meanwhile,
where?
Prices have tripled.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Things are shockingly more
Here's
expensive.
how bad things are.
Crazy.
I went to Trader Joe's, one bag, and I thought, am I at Whole Foods?
Yes.
What is happening? Why is Trader Joe's like this?
Wait, crazy. Trader Joe's? If Trader Joe's is gone up,
I know.
The world is ending.
That's what
We're
I
in
said.
trouble.
He's ruined it.
We're in big trouble.
Ruined. That's what he ruins it. Every day he ruins it. And why would we let the guy, and he wants to take over the Fed. Why would we let the guy who has 6 bankruptcies be in charge of the financing of the world? Like
What's so interesting is I'm like, if anyone hears these facts, I'm like, how do people still think like he's the best? I'm like, I don't understand why so many people love him.
Someone did a study about it. They said that liberals think things through. Liberals care. Carlin said it too. Liberals care about people, and they have empathy. And he said Republicans are dumber, and they care about stuff, property, money. So those are the two sides. So dumb people watch this man who have nothing, think, well, he's dumb as me, and he's a billionaire. I can also be a billionaire. Yeah, that's what they think.
He's a criminal.
And he's a criminal.
I love the Danish lawmaker. What is his name? Anders Vistisen stood up in front of the EU legislative body and said, "Fuck off!
No way!
Greenland is not for sale, Dear President Trump. Listen very carefully. Greenland has been part of the Danish kingdom for 800 years. It is an integrated country. It is not for sale. Let me put this in words you might understand, Mr. President. Fuck off."
Period. For real.
By the way, that's what everybody said. Period.
We've already talked about how you say period on the podcast.
Period. For real.
Period.
Okay, then.
It does the job.
Its period is kind of like it's a mild mic drop.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like.
But I want to have a beer with that guy. I'd like to go drink with that guy.
That's
because
hilarious. That's awesome.
He didn't just say it on the phone. He didn't say it in an interview. He was in front of the whole body, and EU was like, "Hey, let me put it like everybody's there." He went to Coachella
and on stage and
I
said
like that you put it
in my terms. Thank you. Now I can picture it because I don't know what the EU, what you're talking about, but that I can understand. He was at the Mojave stage. Period.
Let me put everything in musical terms for my daughter. So interesting. Let's talk. Now that we've kind of covered that, we did Armageddon. I want to talk about your album.
Wait, just one more. Is there any other current events or anything I should know about?
Oh God, yes.
Anything else?
Oh yes.
Well,
okay. Well, Gavin Newsom was denied entry into the USA House in Davos.
What is okay? Also, I'm so
it's
sorry.
a location.
That's our place where the United States delegation goes between meetings. And
meets the European
Union
leaders.
Gavin Newsom was kicked out.
He was blocked.
Why?
Here's another thing. The House has now voted to hold Bill and Hillary Clinton in criminal contempt for not complying with the subpoena to come testify about Epstein. I just would want to tell you that Jim Jordan, who is in the House, is still to this day under subpoena and has not been held in contempt. And he's one of the people that voted to hold them in contempt. Wow. Because under Trump's administration, you remember people were just like, we don't have to. It's what you said.
Yeah.
Bad behavior. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to do it.
It's all fine.
I have a question about you. What does your generation think about the Epstein file thing? They were raping, he was raping 13-year-olds.
Well, we do want to tell you guys really quickly that we were in the car, and Kenny has a way of saying things that are very true, but sort of minimizing their impact. And we all enjoy it. And she said, OMG, did you hear what he called his plane? And we were like, well, yeah. And she goes, yeah, the Lolita Express, that is inappropriate.
It is. It's the most inappropriate thing I've ever heard.
And we were
That's
like, well,
crazy.
maybe
Well, no, you're not
raping
wrong.
young girls.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm
was
like,
maybe
wait.
more inappropriate.
Right,
But
yeah.
yeah,
that also
was,
is maybe it's also maybe two things can
Also.
exist as one
Okay.
at the same time.
Yes.
Let's see. Let's give her the highlights of what else might be going on today. Renee Good, was shot
I
in
know.
the face.
Yes, I know about this. I've seen the videos.
Okay. Lisa Cook from the Fed had a hearing today because Trump fired her. He's trying to do a Fed takeover.
He can't fire her.
Well, he did.
What was the outcome of it?
This just says that her hearing today highlights the extreme nature of his Federal Reserve stance. Trump v. Cook could wind up being a rare instance of the Roberts Court finally checking the president, is what
Not going to happen.
There's
pictures of John. Supposedly, there's pictures of John Roberts with.
God.
You
can't say that. Supposedly.
I mean,
Is there evidence or
I've
not?
seen. Well, the problem with the AI is you don't know anymore. Like,
I
how
know.
weird
Did you see
is
the thing
it?
in Russia where they were like, there's all these, they're saying they got a big snowfall and there's videos of snow up to the roof and people are like sledding and everyone was talking about it. Like, this is crazy. It was not real,
Yeah.
but it looked so real.
What's her face? Who's in Maxwell? Picture him in Maxwell.
Ghislaine.
Hey.
Okay.
Period.
Yep.
Bad.
Yep.
No, I don't think we can. I mean, unless it's fact checked, I just would be very careful. I mean, there's
Here's the
this
thing.
whole thing.
If I get sued, let's get Discovery and get all the Epstein files to prove that I'm wrong, so you can sue me. We're gonna have to release all the Epstein. If you want to sue me, I have to go to Discovery and I have to get all the evidence. We have to look at it. So go ahead.
Okay. 5 months ago, do you remember the Social Security whistleblower that came out and blew the whistle about Doge and made those allegations?
So they took all everybody's
Charles
information and they cost us money. They didn't save us anything. Cost us $23 billion.
He said Elon and Doge had uploaded a copy of a highly sensitive database to a vulnerable cloud server that had created enormous vulnerabilities for all of us. Do you remember this? It has now been confirmed to be true. The database included individuals' full names, addresses, birth dates, and other details that could be used to steal our identities.
Which means our bank accounts.
The man, Borges, was a decorated military veteran, got dragged, obviously, by Trumpers, and it's been confirmed to be true. And he was forced to resign.
Good. So that means it's all going to get handled and they're going to go to jail, right?
I'm sure.
Like everything that's happened since Trump came in, everything that he's been busted for, he's gone to jail for and done his time, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah. So,
Pentagon has ordered more active duty actual military to ready for possible deployment to Minneapolis.
Why? Like, what are they?
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Well, that's not why. They actually, first of all, there was no crime in Minneapolis. If you've been to Minneapolis, it is the nicest, like it is the chillest. Even the crime is not bad. So,
my stepdad, a lifelong Republican and decorated military veteran, said she was reversing. He was furious.
Yeah.
And crime was dropping. It was down like 24%.
Wow.
Countrywide, by the way. So he sends a bunch of guys in who are a lot of them masked up because a lot of Enrique Tarrio, one of the guys who helped attack the Capitol, is now a member of ICE. So he hired all these guys he pardoned.
Oh, God.
So they're up there in Minneapolis now starting shit.
And like the Proud Boys or
they're creating crime. Yes. So they're creating crime now.
Oh, no.
People are getting pissed. So what he did was, and this happens throughout history, anytime a despot wants to do this, starts a lot of shit. People get pissed. Then they go, oh my God, look at how crazy people are. We need to send more troops. They send more troops, except the governor of Minnesota is like, well, I'm going to send in National Guard to protect the people against that. That's the beginning of the Civil War.
Oh no!
So when we have federal
against us,
you have federal troops going to be fighting the National Guard of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Were you questioning where
No,
Minneapolis
I
was for a second?
Yeah, I was, and I was gonna say Michigan, and I was like, I know I'm wrong. California public schools, damn you!
There's too many M's. There's too many M's.
are a lot
I
of
mean,
M's.
geez Louise.
All right, we've talked over the news a little bit. I would like to before we do that, you want to give us who's helping us today?
I don't know. I was just giving Kenny the rest of the things that she needs to
More
know.
news then. Yeah.
Zelensky is not going to travel to Davos to meet with Trump.
Good.
Officials have now said.
Fuck
Trump
Trump.
admin has now launched ICE Operation Catch of the Day in Maine.
Catch of the day.
Wow.
Like they're animals. Yeah.
That is inappropriate.
Right?
That is crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
I am just more blown away by the Clinton.
I know that.
Contempt.
The
It's bold.
audacity.
It's
I'm like,
bold.
whoa.
But also at one point, so Bill Clinton, they hate. Someone said, why do the right hate Clinton so much?
Yeah.
And I wrote because they succeeded. We had the high. Yeah, we had incredible growth.
I would argue that's not why, but
Weren't they on the island
let me
too,
let
or
me
no?
finish speaking. We had incredible growth.
You don't know?
His record has destroyed every Republican's record, economic record done.
well, short term, yeah. I mean, he had a great run, but I would argue that our children are now sucking lead paint off of toys made in Beijing,
because of NAFTA.
thanks to NAFTA.
Yeah, NAFTA. That's
There was a comedian that
you
said
quoted
that.
right on.
I quoted you to you.
Right. However, at one point, you fucking let him go, right?
Mhm.
You let Nixon go. You let fucking W go with Iraq. You let him I mean, Clinton's what, 80? And like, they're both 80. And it's like she was drugged for 33,000 emails where they found after 40 investigations that there was nothing there that was top secret.
Mhm.
And they just keep going after him. And because what I find is the Republicans have zero policy. There's no policy. They're killing your health care. They want to take Social Security. They've already killed the health care. They've tripled the cost of it. Social Security. They want to deregulate everything. So you're going to be drinking. You want to talk lead in paint. Like they're killing all regulations. And so they go, oh, it's the Clintons' fault. You mean the two 80-year-old people who are sitting on the porch drinking martinis?
Yeah.
I think that you have a tendency to oversimplify things,
I disagree.
which is very funny to me because when I was getting ready to film my special, Titus had pulled out all the podcasts that Mom was on.
Mhm.
And he said, I know probably not now, but because he was leaving, I want you to have these. So one day, whenever you're ready. And I listened to you and Mom go back and forth arguing on everyone. And I just heard she said that to you.
But
I think that the reason that the Clintons, I think she was a great Secretary of State, and that definitely did them some good, where even Republican family members I know were like, well, she
Great
did a
senator.
good job. Yeah. The thing that made them such an easy target was the blowy in the Oval Office. That was bad optics.
Mhm.
And B, the deaths surrounding them, of which
Vince
there
Foster.
were many, and
well, let's be.
one of which that had the highest profile was
Can we
Vincent Foster.
be full disclosure? You wrote a paper
I
on the
did.
Clintons on how all this
Oh my
stuff.
gosh, really?
well, not
She-
on them,
Oh.
specifically on his Foster's death and all of the issues surrounding how that investigation was handled and how, things
Trunk
like
fibers
he
up.
supposedly
Mhm.
shot himself, but he was left-handed. The gun was in his right hand.
Non-dominant hand.
Watching Monk and Psych.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I got them to watch Monk and Psych, and so now we
And the
speak the
closing,
same
too.
language.
Yes, of course.
So also he supposedly shot himself at lunch, but his suit was
But
covered
he was
in
anorexic. Just
trunk carpet fibers.
From the trunk of the car.
I mean, it
don't
was a
know.
lot of that.
Yeah,
Also,
okay, that's pretty
immediately when he died, the Clintons had file boxes removed in the middle of the night from him. I mean, he had represented
Okay.
them and worked with them in Arkansas before
Mm.
they went. It was a lot of stuff. I'm just saying, I think
don't-
that made them an easier target.
I don't disagree that I believe. Listen, in America, I do not disagree with you that to get to a high power position in America, Obama aside, because Obama, I think, was a fluke and he freaked everybody out because he was just a really smart man who was a good speaker. I remember his first speech at the 4 years before when he was a senator, and he gave the speech at the DNC, and we were like, who is this dude? He gave us hope. He gave us sight. But to be W and H.W. Bush and to be all these guys, you have to be connected. And I agree with you. There's a reason Jeffrey Epstein happened to die while both guards were taking a nap, and all 12 cameras in the thing for some reason malfunctioned. Right. Just for some reason malfunctioned. And then he hung himself while he was on his knees on off a bunk bed. What?
Yeah. What?
Do you know the commitment you have to have?
That's crazy.
I can't hold a stretch for more than 30 seconds. You're going to hang yourself
from your knees.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't know.
So a lot of books have been written about this, and a lot of people have helped promote this conspiracy about the Clintons. I'm just saying that it grew and grew and grew, and it became a really hardcore right-wing conspiracy theory. It's more than 50 people that, from their time in Arkansas to the White House, that died.
More than 50?
50. And also, interestingly, Reverend Jerry Falwell was one of the people that promoted this theory.
So here's the problem I have with conspiracy theories and why we don't go with them really on this show a lot, as opposed to some of the other podcasts. Here's my problem with it. And by the way, and it goes to today. What they're saying now is they're saying all these people in Minneapolis that are protesting against ICE are paid protesters.
That's so
They're
dumb.
paid agitators. Now, wouldn't somebody have a bank account? If you're the government, you can go check people's bank account. Where are you getting this money from? You don't have a job.
So dumb.
It's my paid protester money. So it's bullshit. And then I watched Don Lemon interview a guy today, one of the guys, and the guy goes, well, all these paid agitators. Don Lemon goes, what are you talking about? Who's getting paid? Where? Well, they're getting paid. Wouldn't we have something as with the Clintons? Okay, 50 people died. Did they die weird like Vince Foster? Or
That's all different circumstances. There's some weird deaths, but I don't know that they were involved. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that you are oversimplifying it. And so over time, these conspiracies grew. There was a documentary made that Jerry Falwell then, and I didn't know this, took out late night infomercial commercials to promote. So you think about the right wing, and at that time, the Reverend Jerry Falwell, that was a big deal. He's been behind a lot of the problems now we know in this country, including Trump.
Right.
And so that grew. And there are things and facts that you can go see. And if you don't deeply research, you just can look quickly and see that Ian Stewart Spiro, a commodities broker, shot his entire family dead and then was found in his car, committed suicide by cyanide poisoning.
So my question is this, though.
I'm saying it all sounds exciting.
Oh,
Yeah.
It all sounds
Don't you want to
exciting.
dive in now and monk it?
I know. I want to monk it so bad.
Wouldn't at this point
Exactly.
we have some
Just like
evidence?
Jen. Just kidding.
Wouldn't we have some evidence at this point? That's what I'm saying. Wouldn't we have some evidence of paid agitators? Wouldn't we have some evidence of 9/11?
I'm not saying that. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Right. But
I'm saying you're discounting that for years this has gone on in the background.
Well, I'm just saying that why does the right hate the Clintons so much? I was saying because they were incredibly, so all that aside, in face of the criminal, let's say they were. Let me go with you on that. Let's say they were.
It's not me.
Well, but you wrote the paper on it.
Was she just saying,
No.
we don't know.
Okay, all right. Yeah, but that's
I
just
wrote a
raising an
paper
eyebrow.
on Vince Foster's death.
But that's what
I did not implicate the Clintons or anything. I wrote the paper strictly on the details of his death.
Let me say this. I'm saying that at what point, why this question started is why do they hate the Clintons so
I'm
much?
telling you.
Yeah, but why? I don't understand. If they hadn't succeeded.
I said to you, him doing that with Monica Lewinsky,
Right.
that was the first trigger thing, right? For right wing.
And then the bullshit testimony.
Jerry Falwell led people, of which there were many right wing Christian evangelists who, and when I grew up, family went to revivals that his father led. I mean, that's a big deal, a big time thought leader for those people. So for the first time ever, we have a congressional hearing about a president getting blown in the Oval Office by a 20-year-old intern and then putting a cigar in her hoo-ha. So that immediately made him a target. Now, do we know that they've all probably? Yeah, he
Jerry
just got
Falwell.
caught.
I sinned.
Ugh.
Sinned.
No, that's not.
Didn't Falwell's son?
No,
Falwell's son got
No,
was.
that's
Remember that guy?
Swagger. My
Jimmy
mom
Swagger.
cried. He had a hooker, and then he got caught with another hooker.
A hooker. This guy had the biggest like TV church.
Stop.
And then
I sinned, he said.
He cried.
Up
Sobbed.
close. On,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
And then he got caught with
Did it
another
again.
hooker.
Also the bullshit. Listen,
Understood.
Clinton. I would agree. We all know there's something super shady about Clinton. Always has been. There's
But I'm
something
not saying that.
I am. So even when he testified for this whole thing, remember he said, "What? That depends on what your definition
that's what
of
I was
is."
about to go to.
What?
Is then
Yeah, he said that. It doesn't want to.
then we go to a hearing, and I remember how sort of earth moving that was, because we at that time lived our lives, and I was in Canada, so I was in my 20s, I was probably 19 or 20. And I remember that hearing and him lying and then answering a question by saying that depends on what your definition of the word is.
What are you talking about? What?
And it felt like the ground had just moved. Like, wait, like it was a moment of not feeling safe, I guess, because this was happening.
Because he had portrayed himself and his wife as being such
The
good,
Southern,
upstanding people. So the good guy.
I kind of dig him. I'm not going to lie.
Everybody who's met him says that he is the most charismatic,
He is.
out of control. Like you don't even understand.
He spoke at my school in New Orleans, and
Really?
he's just the coolest. He plays the sax. He went on late
Arsenio.
night television and played the saxophone.
well.
Like
No way.
he was just cool, and
I saw
he's
video
a
of him,
great
like,
speaker.
In TSA recently, someone took a video of him like walking through the airport. He was like in a windbreaker or something.
How's everybody
Oh,
doing?
Yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
Good to
older
see
now.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
How are you?
He's
Good to see
cute.
you. How's it going?
So I'm saying that made him a target for right wing. Now we know that Jerry Falwell did infomercials. I didn't know that. So these
he's
people's minds for decades were being pumped full of this idea that
Good or
they're
bad,
murderers.
Right.
I'm not saying they are. I'm saying that that's what's in the background. So then Pizzagate was so easy to just arbitrarily accuse her
You know about this, right?
of
Pizza. What was
Pizzagate.
It? She had it in
So
the
they
basement or
said-
Yeah, the
something?
pizza place.
They
Yes,
said
yes.
that
children.
in a
Yes.
pizza place basement, Hillary Clinton out of a.
And who said this? Where did this?
This is all right wing media.
It was.
was it Jones? Was it Jones?
What was the 4chan? What was his?
Not Rush Limbaugh.
No, 4chan. You know, the guy that we watched the documentary on that they said it was that young kid and that man. What do they call themselves? The conspiracy people.
QAnon.
Thank you.
QAnon.
Hey,
I can't believe.
Okay.
Yay!
QAnon.
Yes.
Yes.
So what happened?
QAnon put on 4chan that this was happening.
So
to
there was
children
a-
in
She
the
was running a
basement.
brothel in a
But-
pizza parlor.
But here's
Of children.
in the
At a round
basement of
table? Okay, that's
in the
crazy.
pizza place basement,
Okay.
to the point where a man believed
Uh-huh.
this so much, he took a gun to save those kids, went to the pizza place, and it doesn't have a basement.
Washington pizza restaurant.
What pizza restaurant? Do they own one, or did they?
There
just pick
actually
one?
was it was about a very specific pizza place that the man went and there was no
There was-
basement.
What?
So
Or no kids, or no pedophiles.
I guess what I'm saying is this is how conspiracy theories spread.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think especially with people that are lesser educated or have a lesser desire
To be
to
educated.
actually research, we have family members that just believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of your family
Yeah.
members that are like, nope, I saw it.
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't have any evidence of that. So, well, no, but I saw it.
Or ready? Oh, come on! You know they all do it.
My God,
That one's
I hate
annoying.
that.
I know.
That was
I
annoying.
know.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Because you have no evidence, you have no backup, and your thing is come on.
Right,
That's it.
That's it. You know, no, I don't know about. Oh, come on. I don't know.
I just think
don't
you have to
know.
be so careful about
Yeah.
saying, well, supposedly he was, you know what I
you
mean?
know, you're
It's
right.
like,
You're absolutely. It makes me sound just like that.
it's pervasive. And I think that's what happened with the Clintons.
I will say this. Oh, I see. So you're saying that maybe they are, because they can't, no matter, because they've put the entire weight of the federal government going after them repeatedly, and
Forever.
they can't take them out. So
Benghazi, she testified for how many hours?
11 hours nonstop.
Oh my gosh.
And she finally goes, what the hell difference does it make? It happened. Interesting. Your point is well taken.
Speaking of pizza, this episode is brought to you by HelloFresh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
you made it work.
Wait, great.
We love HelloFresh. If you don't want to leave your house, problem solved. If you don't want to think of what to have for dinner, or you have a guy that asks you every day, what do you want for dinner? This is currently our friend in Denver. This is her greatest lament, is that she is asked every day, what are we going to have for dinner? So I'm saying the answer is HelloFresh.
I don't do that. I say, would you like me to bring you something home?
You do offer to pick things up.
I do not. I will not. I'm not. I know where I stand. Hey, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. Why don't you make it? Like I've heard. I know exactly where that question goes.
So you don't have to be a good cook because HelloFresh teaches you. It's like step by step. You get full color photos on this card.
And
it
a
teaches
recipe?
you to multitask, which has been a problem for me in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll tell you, do this, and while this is happening,
Do this.
go start that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I've done it and taken pictures of it because I was so impressed at the end. I was like, oh,
You
that almost
always
looks,
take a
that almost
picture of
looks
your
like
That's what I
food.
did,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I stole it from my daughter.
You always
Oh yeah, go to
do.
Kenny's Instagram. You're gonna see food.
I love taking photos of food.
You get over 100 recipes available to you every week. You can go pick them like we do, or you can let them choose them. You will never go wrong. You will eat new things and be shocked that you love it. You'll be like, I would never eat a pork burger, and it is going to be the best
We had
damn
those
burger
are
you
so
have
those
ever
are so
eaten.
good.
Oh my God. And we do for 4 people 3 times a week. So we have leftovers.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Sustainably sourced seafood, antibiotic-free chicken, seasonal produce. They now have these new, they've upped the ante with these steak and high-end seafood for no extra cost.
Also, we buy 4 because then we only have to cook it once.
Mhm.
Then we don't have to.
And here, this is for Kenny. 35 plus high protein recipes. That would be for us, but for Kenny, plus Mediterranean and GLP-1 friendly options.
Nice. Skinny people food?
Yeah. Yes, skinny people food too. Awesome.
So go to HelloFresh.com/Titus10FM. You'll get 10 free meals plus a free Zwilling knife. It's $144.99 value. Those are the knives that I have next to the stove. Those white,
Very
I know, very high end.
That if I cut open a box with, I get yelled at.
Uh-huh.
And he continues to do it. And I'll find one of them in the garage.
No.
So you need to get your own. HelloFresh.com/Titus10FM. You'll get those 10 free meals and a free Zwilling knife on your 3rd box. This offer is valid while supplies last, and you'll get the free meals applied as a discount on your first box. For new subscribers only, varies by plan that you choose.
Those knives, that only happened 5 or 6 times.
1,000, 5 or
No.
6,000. We're currently missing one.
Oh, no.
One is in
That
the
was-
wind.
We don't know where it went.
Oh.
I want to ask
We
you
don't
now.
know.
So people. I'm a soccer dad for a second, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So this girl, when she was 12 years old, besides going through a horrific divorce and the nightmare and the psychological damage that caused. Agreed? Yeah.
What are you going to do?
You started, yeah, exactly.
It made her a very emotive
Very
singer.
emotive, yes.
Yeah,
So
true,
I
true.
went. We were living in the house up in Beverly Ridge, and I went, and there was a notepad next to her bed in her bedroom, and I started flipping through it, being an investigative
Reading
father.
my diary?
Yeah, I didn't know who's this boy. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
there's a lot of
okay.
writing, and I was like, what's going on? Like, we have to sit down and talk. Ray, come and see that.
Got it.
I
Making
was
sure
ready.
I'm not planning
I
anything
was ready.
at school
Or we're
something
pregnant. You
don't
were
know.
12. I didn't
Oh
know.
my
Whoa.
God.
You know who she was raised by.
You.
Well, half the time. The other half of the time. Shut up. So, and I'm reading it, and it's all these beautiful. It's like poetry. It's like poetry. No, half the time. Us half the
She
time.
was in there too.
Right? Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I
it's
don't know.
her fault too. So, and it was just
That's
this
why he
beautiful
was
poetry.
worried.
I go, what is this? And you got really kind of weirdly embarrassed. I'm like, oh, I just write stuff down all the time. Blah, blah, blah.
Are
And
you
then-
going to tell the crying guitar?
I was gonna
thing?
tell the
He's
guitar, but
going
I-
to tell the crying guitar.
I don't have
thing.
to.
Go, please go
I
for
wasn't
it.
going to. I still haven't figured it out.
I don't know what happened either. I was really frustrated, and I think I wanted to stop, and you were like, keep going. Do it or something. And I was like,
So-
yeah.
I also had a history of making you guys do stuff to get you through that thing that scares you.
Right.
And by the way, and the hatred that develops
Yeah.
until you get to the B side of that.
And to force us to do things that you like to do, so then you could do those things with us and we would know how to do them.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So I wasn't inconvenienced.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So good. You guys figured me out. I love this.
I know. I'm
So-
like, you really cracked that.
So I
code.
bought a guitar because I wanted to learn guitar my whole life, and I started
Mhm.
doing it, and it's taken me 15 years, and I'm still bonk clank, but I can play some songs now. And so I was teaching Kenny chords. She was little, and you're 13, maybe 12, 13, maybe. And so we're, I'm like, okay, here it is, and we worked for about half an hour, and all of a sudden, this girl just loses her mind. I want to do this anymore, Dad. And I was like, and I looked at her and I go, what just happened? And you ran. I was like, well, what just, like, I was just, this is a D chord. Ah!
It was high pressure.
You
I
were
wasn't-
teaching me Murder Incorporated by Bruce Springsteen. I was the
Today-
Taylor. You know what
it's
I mean?
four
We were
chords.
playing that.
Dun, dun. Do you remember
No,
that?
of course, but we were
Dun,
playing
dun.
that one song for so long, and I just remember being like, my fingers were hurting or something, and I was just maybe I tried to stop a couple. See, exactly. That's why I was crying, because I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. If I
You
cry, I'll
probably
stop.
tried to not do it.
Yes.
Uh,
And then
I was such a tough father. I was so horrible. It was so horrible. I really was tough. We had there was a bunch of weird growing up with you. Like I tell these stories. Like Carrie Monsters came out, and it's really getting good reviews, and people are listening to the stories. The one story I don't think I did tell it. Did I tell? I told it on the one where we had to do the hostage transfer and the McDonald's thing, and the cop showed up. That one, remember
The red wine.
which time?
The red wine incident.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
which
The cranberry
time? That's
juice
true. Thank
time.
you.
When
See,
they
people-
made me go in your room with you with the cops.
Yes,
remember
I
that?
remember this.
People, I want to remember you. Sometimes you guys think I'm full of shit when I'm doing my comedy. I said when the cops show up, and she said which time. so I'm not making any of
That
this up.
McDonald's parking lot was crazy.
That
Yeah.
was
For
crazy.
real.
It was lit.
It was, yes.
Well, I'm sorry that you got Manchurian Candidate all the time. You and your brother got. And people, if you get in a divorce, do not. And I did it too. I'm guilty of it too. Bring your little kids into the lecture situation. Just let them be. But you guys were constantly being told how bad we were, which is horrible.
And you would tell them about their mom, and
True,
it was
true. I'm not saying I wasn't.
and it was like
But
I
see, we had
think
court
really
documents. That's the
difficult.
difference.
And also, I
yeah, but
think
no 11-year-old needs to see a court
Ah,
document. You
yes,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. If
There's
I've been accused
another
of
tip.
setting you on fire, if I've been accused of setting you on fire, maybe you should see the court
But
documents.
that's another tip for parents at home.
Yeah,
Maybe don't bring out the court
Do
documents
not show them
or
the
the
filings.
audio.
yeah, exactly.
So she has this kind of background in high emotion and weirdness. She becomes this songwriter. I'll never forget her first song.
Wait, what?
That's your bio.
Weirdness with it growing up. I think you know.
High emotion
High
and
emotion-
weirdness.
Okay. got it.
Listen. You, I don't believe you can be an artist by having everything easy. It doesn't
No,
work.
totally.
So
You're
you
also not
financially,
funny.
financially, you had it
Yeah, true.
easy.
Mhm.
Financially, you had it easy, and what you had
Well,
was fairly easy. At least on our half.
Yeah, half
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah. I heard stories later that
Yeah.
made me cry.
Yeah.
So you had that. So you have to have in the dark. I think your access to being an artist came from that was a rough time as a child. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Her first song she writes that I remember called Coffee Stain, which I still have. I sent to her, and she didn't want to hear it. Didn't want to hear it. I sent it to her recently, and she's like, you know what? This isn't really bad.
I
Not
was
for
like
a 12,
14. I'm like,
12, 13 years. Yeah.
Wait,
14.
there was a song. I know there was a song. Do you remember this with the yellow notepad? I made you
Yeah.
guys sit in the living room
Yeah.
at Witzel, and I made up. I was really little though, like 6 or
She
7
was
or
writing
something.
when she was little.
Yeah.
You had a binder, a
Yes.
white binder.
Yes,
right.
exactly. I
With,
had a white
like,
binder.
Like
That-
all fathers, I didn't pay attention until I found it on
School
your.
paper.
Right.
Yeah. And then you wrote a song for his birthday when I had mom at
Yes,
Ojai.
yes, that's true.
And
Mhm.
you made her do it. Sit down and do it again
Yeah.
over and over and over.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you
Oh.
filmed it and sent it to me.
Yeah.
I think
And
Jet was singing with me too.
yeah, and then
right?
you had Jet
Mhm,
sing with her for it, and
And
it
he's
was a
being goofy.
Father's Day gift.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
Because they didn't know what to give me. Also, I want to. Also, no,
So
I always
you hated
have to
it?
do that because you listen. I don't want another. Jack got me a Yukon Cornelius once for. I was like, okay, just
He
give
bought you a samurai sword
this
for
year.
Christmas.
Yes.
This year, I gotta say,
Yes.
hey, at least it's a nice step up from the.
right.
So then we were at. So by the way, I didn't know. I guess I look back on it. Same with your brother. I look back. There was moments that hinted where you guys were going to go. But as a parent, you don't think you're like, well, they got to get a job, be a lawyer. Kenny's, going to be as smart as you are. I thought something different. I remember, do you remember Alicia Keys when she learned that Alicia Keys song? We had a CD
You
with
sang
the
it
music.
in the church,
Yes,
right?
with no,
We said, and so we had, so the school that we're paying crazy amounts of money for, right? We think they're going to have a sound system. There's going to be a sound guy when we go to the, remember this auditorium? It was that little auditorium. It was the fourth grade talent show.
Lunchroom.
Yes,
The lunchroom.
Right?
Yes,
And
the cafeteria.
So I go and I bring the CD with the music on it so she can sing because it's a cappella. There's no words on this music, and I give it to, and they have a boombox, and that's their whole sound system.
This wasn't Alicia Keys. This was, you made her
this is
sing
Alicia
I Can See Clearly Now.
No, this is Alicia Keys. This is the one she learned. This is
Yeah.
this
That
is-
one I
I
did
remember-
too, though.
Yeah. So let me finish.
Which one
let me
was
finish.
first?
So she was. I think it was in
don't
the
know which one
church
was
was later.
first.
The church was
Okay.
later. So this is when I realized, holy crap. So we can't get it to work. So and she's starting to panic because she's standing on stage and they're just
that's right.
staring at her,
Yes,
staring at her.
oh my
And I
God.
walked up and I go,
Everyone in my school.
hey, you sing great. I go, you're going to hit this a cappella. You ready? Just go. Because I
You
got,
did. I do remember. Do you remember when she would get upset? Her eyes would get
Yeah.
so big and you would shake
Yeah,
like from
yes.
inside.
So-
and I was
so as
like,
tough as
oh,
I was,
no,
I made-
no,
Don't make her
no.
go.
I made you tough at that moment. And she sang, and so
Yeah.
she starts singing. Do you remember what song it was?
But also,
That
I
one
can
was
see.
Alicia Keys.
I
Yeah.
can
Do
see
you remember
clearly
which
now the
song?
music didn't work either.
Hold on. Do you remember what song that was?
No one.
Oh, no one.
No one.
Yes. It's a
So-
pretty big song. So
Yeah.
very bold of like
Yeah, with the
11-year-olds
Yeah.
to be like, you know what, I'm
But
going
here-
to do this one.
I
don't know.
But here's what was crazy about it. And we thought that too. Ray said that. Ray's like, I don't believe she's singing this song.
Yeah. That was
I don't know.
So
That's
she
crazy.
starts singing it, and it was rowdy. Like it was all these kids, and it was this elementary school out of control. And she starts singing, and it's the weirdest moment because I was sitting in the back, just like, oh, this is gonna go.
Because
it
you
was
were
just-
so stressed.
It was.
Oh,
It was like
God.
every movie you see where it
It didn't start well with the music not
No.
working.
And then she nails it, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden, every little kid who's been just rowdy as shit turns, and they all start watching it. It was dead silent while you sang, and they went nuts at the end. And I was like, "What did I just watch?"
So crazy, but it's the worst feeling to watch. So I feel this with Jet sometimes before he starts, and I'm like, to watch somebody you love like on a stage and worry that they're gonna
Yes.
like something bad's gonna happen.
Yes.
Like that's the worst feeling. So I can't imagine. Like
Well, if
me
it
being
goes
like,
bad, just leave.
"Don't
You
make
were
me go."
shaking. It was so
Being like, please
stressful.
don't let this go.
This is
bad.
gonna
Like,
break
oh,
her.
God.
She's
Yeah,
already
yeah.
got a hard life.
Yeah,
But
please.
also, didn't you rehearse? Didn't we? I say you have to rehearse.
You-
You have to do this 100 times. You need to do this so you know it. And you did. So you did
You
great.
did rehearse
So then,
a lot.
then I
Yeah.
find the thing when you're 12.
God, your poor ears. Me.
Then the thing you were great. No, you were great. And then all of a sudden you come up with these songs, and then you did Devils of Dylan, Sid and Nancy, which has been got like your fans really. That's a big one, right? For pretty Sid and Nancy.
It was for that's not the biggest one anymore, but it was for a while.
And then I don't know if you guys looked
Which
her
one
up,
is now?
If you want,
if you want.
It's the
If
biggest
you
one.
want, I'll be right in the- and
Hey, nice.
what's really
nice.
great about your okay,
We'll get you on the
my
remix.
being my daughter aside, I'm a huge fan of music. You know that.
Yes.
And Ray's a huge fan of music. And what's interesting, there's 8 notes. That's the notes, right? There's the notes. However, when someone writes as well as you do, the twists in Just Keep Driving, it's this really nice dun. It's just really nice. It's like a road song. It's fun.
Exactly.
And then in the middle of it, she goes, "Give me the gun." Da 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 da. And I'm like, what? It's
Yeah,
like these weird,
true.
and all your songs have this weird.
She has a little bit of Titus
garlic.
darkness.
Yes, it
there's
is.
a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
of Titus
For
darkness in all of it, and I love it. I just love the little twist that she puts in.
It's so funny. I texted them yesterday or day before yesterday, and we had lunch together, the 4 of us, and I group texted and told them thank you. But also, when the 4 of us are together, we can laugh at things we could not laugh at with anyone else.
Yeah.
And the 4 of us together. No.
We don't want to have those conversations.
We won't be repeating them now.
We will
either.
not. No.
She gets very
No.
nervous
Yeah.
about her image.
Oh, we got a list.
We got a list today about what we could not talk about.
I was
Yeah.
like, please don't ask me about this.
Meanwhile, Jet sat there and told the whole story of having his feet rubbed by the strange man in the empty building.
He's doing that on stage too. I'm like, he's okay with anyone knowing anything about him.
Yeah. Yep.
that you have to be for a comedian. You can't.
For sure.
The worst comedians are the ones that don't tell the truth, man, because they never get successful. So the album is coming out. So this is you've done 2 EPs, right?
Yes.
You've done you did Mud on My Superstars
with Warner Brothers
and Juliet.
Those weren't both, but I mean, you are currently with Warner Brothers.
With Banner Year, which is a label through
under Warner Brothers. Okay.
So we're not. I want to be clear. You when you have kids, you never know what they're going to be, and I wonder if my dad felt this when I became a comic and got a TV show where it's confusing because you're like, how are you doing this? And then, but you grew up with someone who did it, and and she was a comic too. So you grew up.
I know, totally.
So,
yeah, totally.
So it must have just been normal to you guys.
For sure. I think, kids that, their families go to Harvard and like the kid is like, I have to go there too. Like, I feel like whatever you grow up around kind of is
that's the normal.
Yeah, exactly. So
tell me how.
When you got older, I don't know if you remember this, but when we would have you guys on local, like driving in California weekends, once you became 13, I think, I would let you stand in the back of the room for like 10 minutes with me.
I totally remember
just so she could see performance and see what you did.
She went on stage in Irvine, remember that?
When she was, that was before when she was little. But I mean, after that, we didn't let her, and your mom would kind of freak out at like you being at any show because she knew
totally.
But I would let you go watch a bit I knew wasn't about your mom or whatever, and she'd stand like in Sacramento. I remember standing in the back of the room with you and watching a bit.
I totally remember too. And there was such a it would be like dark. I would be so excited that it was like I'm up late and like being
I'm an adult.
It would smell like the way a comedy club smells is something so specific, and they still smell the same. But I remember like a specific smell in there.
Yeasty beer lines.
Yes, exactly.
That need to be cleaned out.
100%. And like something in a carpet and fried food. And like it just, and it's really cold in there. Like I remember like specific, the smell.
So how do you take on? So there's a pressure. Like when I got my TV show, there was a pressure. All of a sudden you're like, oh shit, these people put their faith in me. I got to do this and I got to do it well. So when you got the record deal and you're like, okay, I have to do this now. Now, for whatever reason, when I got Titus, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I had no fear. How did you feel when you got this record deal? Like, did you feel pressure, and how did you start it? Did it change anything? Did you, because once all of a sudden there's a deadline. Before you were just writing songs and putting them out, right? Now you've got this deadline. What's your process of like writing it out and getting it right?
I think I kind of work well under pressure. Like I prefer to have, if I don't have a deadline or something, I will do whatever, whenever. But when someone tells me, no, it needs to be done by this, that is like, helps me work. So I feel like I don't get stressed. Like that helps me more than it stresses me out. I think when I got my record deal, I was like, before that, I didn't have a job. I was like selling my clothes at like Wasteland to just like pay my rent and be, you know what I mean? Just like taking care of it. So I was so happy to not have to worry about like money after I got that I don't know, it wasn't stressful like at all for me. I was just like excited.
Now I have something to live into.
Yeah, 100%. I'm like, okay, this is a job now. Like I feel really professional and I get to do what I love anyways, and someone's paying me for
Do you
it.
like this album?
I love this album.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite cut on this?
Better than any before?
For sure. I feel like this is the first time I've really like made music that I feel like really sounds like me, or like what I imagined it would sound like before I started. My favorite song on this album is probably Pretty in Pink. That's my favorite. I love that
February 6th. It's coming out, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Angel
and
Pink.
there is, did you add another party here? Album release party?
No, both of them are sold out, but there's
the New York one sold out.
The New York one is sold out too, but there's an LA show at the Echo on the 17th, and then a show in New York on the 23rd or the 24th.
And both sold out.
And both are sold out.
They're not going to add a show?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
going to do the two?
band?
We haven't started yet. We start the first week of February. Look, I have a process, all right? Like, just, just let me have my process.
I am.
On my own, yes. I haven't
with
everyone learns their parts separately.
Right, and then you get together and
then
work it
we
out.
get together for like we do like 6 days in a row, and it's like 9-hour days. For
You have to be
6
a
days.
front man. I mean, you're in charge.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I know.
I mean, start guiding. Like me, watch Springsteen. You need to watch a Springsteen concert. Go if you can. Go. You can watch a Springsteen concert.
Okay.
And watch a Prince
or
concert.
Taylor Swift.
Or
Taylor
Lana
Swift,
Del
or
Rey.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but there is a front man or Pink. There's a front man aspect to what she
Yeah.
does that you got to run the band. You know. You
Yeah.
know? And I am so I've had the album for a while. I heard early versions of it. I love it so much. There's a couple songs on it that you're good with earworms, but your lyrics are always so good. Guys, Angel Pink comes out on February 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Go listen to it. It's young
And
Titus.
where can they go?
Everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, anywhere you can listen to music, it will be on there.
Good. All right. Any more news we need to cover?
There's so much news. we need to
I
cover.
don't want this much news. Aren't we all tired of every day some new freaking nightmare? Like,
I know.
like he's actually trying. Like, we're gonna go to war. How come people? We got war on.
I think that's the goal. I think that
Yeah.
might be his. I think that. Might
But
be
I
his
think it
goal.
goes back to the Russians and Putin. I think at one point there was a point where whatever Putin has on him is so dark and so bad, or they've been friends for so long that Putin has said, "All right, man, we're going to run the world."
Mhm.
And because you don't break up NATO, like the reason that we've had peace since 1945 was because of NATO. I mean, world peace. We've got we had Vietnam and Korea and Iraq. There's been shitty wars.
Yeah.
But I just. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked in human dictator. He said today out loud, I think we need a dictator.
I just told you that.
I know that. I just can't believe it. It's stunning to hear. Don't you think?
What's
That is
your
crazy.
earliest memory?
Oh,
My earliest memory.
yeah. You were 4 when the divorce
Do
started.
you know what it is? I mean, this is hard for
First
me to
birthday.
think.
I think it's hard for me. I don't know what it is.
First birthday party? Remember that crazy birthday party you had when you were 1?
Like I've seen photos, so I know what
Right.
happened. But like
This
I don't
was
my
think,
problem.
I know. I'm like I don't know what I actually remember and what's just like pictures or things people have told me. or
He
something.
has like a 2-year-old or 1.5-year-old
Fight, yeah.
memory,
From a fight.
but I'm not really. I just wondered if you had one because you
Cabin
did have
fight.
so much trauma.
Yeah, I
Cabin
honestly.
fight.
But she said before even about that cabin fight, she's just heard about it so much.
Yeah, she was-
I always thought that was my first memory, but I don't know.
You were
Like I
told
remember,
about
like
it.
I think that was it. There's a moment I remember like trying to jump up and reach the doorknob.
Oh,
like,
that's right.
because
You
I was
told
too
me this.
short to like. But like, I don't honestly.
This
know
is
if
the
that
cabin
is
fight
it.
that he talks about in Love Is Evil.
Yes.
Yeah, good. All this testimony I've actually put into comedy.
Yeah. It's
all this nightmare I've put into stand-up
so
comedy.
funny. That's what we do in this family.
But then if you think about it,
Mhm.
you were 4, so you would have been able to reach the doorknob.
right.
It's weird
It's
how
so-
this
yeah.
is me too. Like
play
I
trick-
always,
your mind
my
plays
mom would
tricks.
ask me my first memory, and I
Mhm.
was never. I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
Can you do it now? What's your first memory now?
I don't know.
Okinawa? The storm?
I remember the typhoon in
Ah.
Okinawa, but I was
Whoa.
6, so there have to be memories before that. I remember flying to Okinawa, and they seated us scattered like in different seats in coach with Scorpion, the band. And I remember, do you know the song Winds? Is it Winds of Change?
Winds of Change, yeah.
But that was a newer song, right? Didn't they have
No.
other music before or something?
Winds of Change, I think, was on that first album. It was the ballad on that album, yeah.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know him, but I just remember sitting next to, I think it was the guitarist. Mom was with the lead singer.
Stop
and
it.
of course,
I know, of course,
best
she was.
friends
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
way
yeah.
there. And at that time, in the armrest of the airplane seat was an ashtray. You
Yep,
could
you could
pull
smoke
up
in
the
there.
metal.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh
I
my
can you
God.
imagine?
No,
And
I
I
can't.
remember for years after that, those ashtrays were there and kind of ashy, but
Empty.
you weren't allowed. Yeah. But I remember him smoking the whole way to Japan. And I remember every piece of his jewelry and his earrings and his hair. And
No way.
so at 6, I must have sat next to him like
Been
this the whole
right,
way.
you know, literally. Just,
God, it was the coolest
that
thing.
is
I was
so
like, one day
funny.
I'm gonna get piercings and smoke
And
and
you
have
did.
jewelry.
And
And
you did.
yeah, he was so cool.
That is
My-
so funny.
But that poor guy. But
My first memory was a whole kidnapping. Getting left in the airport, I remember. I remember there was trauma that I remembered. I remember my dad when I was little kicking a laundry basket, fighting with
This is his first memory.
fighting with my mom and kicking a laundry basket over me. I was in a thing. I remember that because you start to know it was wrong. And then I remember being kidnapped. I remember my dad showing up in Detroit. I remember living in Detroit when I was like 3 or 4.
I remember being kidnapped. It's crazy.
And then I remember it's in Carrying Monsters, guys. You can go see that bit in my. Go to 800
It's out now.
Carrying Monsters. It'll be on our site too.
It's on 800 Pound Gorilla's YouTube channel.
It's killing it. And then I remember all my stuff is trauma based. There's no like. I remember the first time I went to Disneyland.
Right? No, it's all.
No, I remember when I had to survive this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first fight? Would you remember like the mom and I fighting or anything like that? Do you remember that big house that we had? You were so little.
I
remember the wolf.
You have to remember that house though, because you lived there after the divorce.
Yes, I do remember the house. I remember one year on my birthday, I think after the divorce, it was like my birthday, and I think you had sent flowers to the house for me or something on my birthday.
We did do that.
Yeah, right. And I had my little group of friends, and we were like not the nicest girls in the school. And I was carrying those flowers around and saying I was the rose queen. And Riley was like my rose queen in waiting. So I gave her a rose too. But we were sitting in the sauna and I was at the top and I made everyone sit below me in the sauna in the house. Yeah.
We talked at lunch the other day that she was a bitch.
Yeah, I was.
I remember when I first met you.
Yeah, I was.
And
I was a brat, for sure.
We're still in a car seat, like a booster seat, not like a full, but like a booster because you were 4.
Right.
And I remember you would sit in the car seat like this
with my legs. Are you kidding?
You would cross your legs, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
You would also
I was a diva.
When I picked you up, you would also get in the car, and before I said a word, you would start talking about what your mother had told you.
Mom said, blah, blah, blah.
Mom said you beat her and threw
or
down.
You got in the car. So you would. Or one time you got in the car and you go, "Mom says we don't have to listen to you." And I was like, all right, this is going to be a fun week.
Oh, no. I've pulled the car over, walked to your door.
Yeah, you did.
Went, do you believe that? And you went,
I remember this on right by Jinkies.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And you went, no. Shut the door.
I was just testing my boundaries.
I
was seeing how far I could go.
The mom said you beat her night was we were in the Charger outside of Baja Fresh. Do you remember that? And he put the car back in park and turned around and was like, hey. And you were like, okay.
It was a tough time that we all survived it. Here's what's great about it. And Ray was a saint the entire time. Guys,
I think about you sometimes, I'm like,
now that you're my age,
yes, and I'm like, holy crap! I cannot imagine if some little kid looks at me and said, you're like, I'm sure putting your heart on the line. You're being so nice to this kid, and
she's going to court all the time to save you. Right? She's writing the legal papers,
literally. And the kid looks at you and says, "I don't have to listen to you." I would be like, "Do you not?" Like, I can't even imagine.
I thought that first year was weird. My first time meeting you was with the monitor. The children's monitor appointed by the court.
What were you thinking, girl?
I don't know.
What were you thinking?
Well, I told you later. I woke up that morning and I was 27, 3 years older than you are now. And he was very nervous, I think, because I had to do all this all day. It was going to be like multiple hours. I hadn't met you yet. I didn't want kids. And I was a kid, and I woke up and he had gone to Starbucks and gotten me like whatever our food was there then. Mm-hmm. And one of those, orange juice, organic orange juice. You remember they had those
the
like
naked juice or something?
Naked juice. Yep. And he, at that time, do you remember that house had that little wet bar that separated the 2 living rooms, kind of?
Yes, totally.
And there were bottles of liquor that I think I had put there. He didn't have them. And before he got back with you guys and the monitor, I took that orange juice and was like, vodka in this shaky.
She actually poured the orange juice into a vodka bottle. That's what she did. She just tuned up the vodka bottle.
Oh my God.
And I had to sit with you, and you were with Jet, and I got you an Easy Bake Oven, and we made brownies.
I remember this Easy Bake Oven. I remember that.
and I drank my orange juice
with the monitor. You drank
with the
You're
monitor,
crazy.
and
That's awesome.
That is super awesome.
By the way, this is the
hilarious.
best. I'd watch this TV
She's
show.
like, what's that smell?
No, vodka. It's odorless. That's
You're
why I
right.
chose
That's-
vodka.
Oh, duh.
But I think we forget. What I was saying was that all that shit, monitors, like 6 a.m. waking up, cop knocking on the door, and Ray and I, you guys are in your room. Remember with the 2 beds?
Yeah.
And there's cops at the door at 6 a.m. Like, what's going on? They were here beating your children. I had the cops come in and looked at you guys. Don't know this. They went in,
Yeah,
looked,
to
and
see
watched you
guys
sleep,
sleeping.
and then what left?
It was surreal. It was all very
and
surreal.
it was constant. It was literally like we were. That's why I think why you and I can handle the Trump thing, because we were used to every day some crazy shit happening, and you were a saint. The shit you put up with.
I just told you I put vodka in my orange
Yeah,
juice.
but
So I don't know if
however-
I'm sainthood.
Yeah,
quite.
Yeah, I'm just saying you
But-
didn't go to heroin. You did
Yeah,
not go
that's
to
a good
heroin.
point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
She left it at vodka
Mostly
and red
because
wine.
I didn't know where to get it. Where does one buy
and
heroin?
now, and now the four of us are. When we were together, it feels like the Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's such a family, and there was a day I thought it would never happen.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of what you've done. I'm proud that your first album is coming out. And
Well, when you're gone, she and I do sleepovers.
I know.
Yeah,
that's
we
why I
look
said that.
forward to our time alone.
She's known you since
If you're
4 years
there,
old.
there's no space in the bed next to me for
Yeah,
her to put her champagne and
Do you-
watch
yeah,
trash
exactly.
TV.
But do you know
Exactly.
that they don't remember a time when you weren't in their life, which is awesome.
I
love-
At all. I don't remember.
Like
time.
they're like you've always been Ray, and you've been her in her life her whole life. I
Mhm.
love that. I didn't have that. I had every couple of years there was a new woman that came to I had a new mommy.
Mhm.
And
So crazy.
yeah,
Exactly.
and not just the 6 he married. There was like I had another 6 of long-term relationships,
Wow.
and I never had any at base. And so you've kept these kids grounded way more than I could. You're awesome.
Mhm.
That's not saying a lot, though. It's like way more grounded than you.
I mean, listen, there's a reason I have all this stuff. I'm pretty focused and I'm pretty grounded when it comes to certain things. But
Boy, are you.
without you, these kids aren't who they are.
So yeah, I remember. I literally we've talked about this before, but like me learning what sarcasm was, like you telling me, and I'm like, that's my whole personality.
Yeah,
and
no
now
shit.
I'm
I
like,
remember
whoa.
you were like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I
Because
don't-
I was so sarcastic.
Mhm.
And you go, what? I don't get it. What is that? And I told you sarcasm is when you say a thing you don't mean for humor.
creating a monster.
Yeah.
for
And
real.
I remember you looking at me and going, why would you say a thing you don't mean? How is that funny? And I was like, okay, for example. And we did it. And boy, did it
she
take
is
off.
Yeah,
really,
fuck yeah.
she's really grabbed onto that.
Did it stick? I mean, wow. Yeah.
Well, that's what I love about when you're on stage and for your music. Between your songs, you have this ability to be funny, and I being around Ray and I think that helped a lot, and you've really taken it on.
Also that.
I remember you doing
This
this.
habit.
I do this all the time, and I would remember you guys like sitting in the front seat, and you're in the
I did it
passenger
all the
seat.
time with
You
my
you had your
arm.
elbow on
Mhm.
the center console, and you would do this with your hair,
Yep.
and
I watch her do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's weird how we imprint things.
Isn't that funny? Yeah, this is.
It's
I do
like a
this all the
calming
time.
thing for me.
Totally.
That'll
Or if I'm
just-
thinking, or
Yep.
if anything, like I'm
My-
just like,
My
yeah.
next show after Doomed to Repeat is how we were all raised by idiots in some way, and we keep taking like you take on like the traits of the idiot, and then you grow up and you become
You
that.
calling her an idiot?
And then one day I'm
Wait,
kind of
yeah, wait,
I think both
I'm
of
talking
you.
about me. Yeah, no, there's some stuff you're gonna take from me that you're gonna one day you're gonna be like 45. You're gonna go and you're like, oh shit, that's dad.
Well, I know. Yeah, everyone says that. Like you become your parents.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
Jet
Oh,
says all the
yes.
time. She goes, "Oh, Kenny's just like you, Dad." And
He
I'm like,
does.
"That's not good."
I know. In the car, I do have like, but so do you.
Oh yeah.
You do
Oh yeah.
too.
We don't tolerate any bullshit.
No,
That's all I'm saying.
no.
Although none of us even approach
No. Of course
this
not.
level.
I
course
have
not.
I have had an epiphany.
I had not heard the sound of my horn until he drove my car yesterday because we were going to pick up we were rescuing a senior, very bad medical case little guy from the shelter in
They needed transport.
Gardena.
They needed a volunteer to transport.
And I got to hear my horn a lot.
Stop.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's what
And
that
she goes,
sounds
and
like.
now, to her credit, she goes, "I need a better horn."
It's not a good horn.
Because the Rivian horn goes,
Really?
Yeah, meep, meep.
You're like, wait, it seems like a robust car. You'd think
It's
there'd
a
be
big car.
Yeah.
It needs a
some gumption.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
he's all mad and gets up next to people and goes, meep. And I'm like, oh no,
Like,
this is not going to
this is
stand.
embarrassing.
I really mean it. Guys, thanks for watching. Listen, by the way, this week I'm going to be in Connecticut.
Fairfield, Connecticut.
Fairfield, Connecticut.
Then Brooklyn.
And then I'm in Brooklyn at the Bell
House.
House. I'll be at the Bell House on Friday or Saturday.
The bell.
And then I'm
Let him
I don't
do
know.
it.
Yeah.
Guys, here's
Okay.
weird. I travel so much. I don't like week to week. I don't
Friday,
know where I'm going.
Sacred Heart Theater, Fairfield, Connecticut.
Guys, new show. If
It's
you see Carrying Monsters, I just want you to
Shoe is the university. On Saturday, the Bell House in Brooklyn, New York.
Yep.
On Sunday, the Brokerage in Belmore, New York. Get those tickets
And I want you guys to
now.
listen to that. Like, if you see Carrying Monsters, I'm not doing that show anymore.
Mhm.
I have an entirely new 90 minutes. And I will say, out of the first 7 shows, which I sold out every show so far this year, that I got 5 out of 7. I got 5 standing ovations.
Mhm.
So it's a really good show.
I've seen it. It's really funny.
And it kind of
It's very
deals
funny.
with what's going on
Totally.
in a very funny way. Yeah.
And then
Totally.
coming up January 31st, Saturday night, we're going to be in Oxnard.
Oxnard, guys,
Local
come to the
gig
show.
at Levity Live. Come out to that show.
Ray's going to be at that show too.
Yep.
Okay.
I think Shauna might be there too.
One more time, guy. Angel Pink coming's out February 6th. Please get the album.
Yes.
Go. By the way, you can go now. Go Kenny Keni Titus on Spotify or whatever, and see her other music. I'm not kidding, guys. Listen, I'll
You
put
can
on my.
go
You can go ahead
subscribe to our channel.
Hey.
I put your music on your playlist not because you're my daughter. I put it on because like.
Well,
big
a little
events-
bit, but thank you.
At first I did.
Yeah, of course.
At first I did, but then I built a greatest hits album because you have some
Thank you.
really good
He
songs.
says, I hear your voice coming from the workout room
Stop,
often.
Stop.
And the one about him, sometimes some sniffling.
Yeah, of course.
That was a gift.
People love
also.
that one.
There's a song
Yeah,
there's a
and
song she wrote called Kid because I
Yes.
call her Kid all the time, and it was about all the hell we went through and how we came out the other side. And I'm getting and here it comes. And she wrote this brilliant song
It's very sweet. song.
about
Thank
going up to the cabin in the town of the brown bears. It's such
Yeah.
a
I am dead, so go stream it now.
go stream
Super
Kid.
emotional vibes.
Go stream Kid,
for
and then
sure.
imagine it was written by your kid about you.
Oh.
Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray and Kenny Titus.
Yay.
Later.
Thank you guys
Peace
for having
out.
me.
Now you guys say goodbye. You can come with your sign
Okay,
off.
wait. He said later. Peace out.
Bye. Period.
There you go. That was specific. Thanks, guys.
What did Jet say? See you later. Well, actually, Jet,
See you later.
I go peace out. Jet goes peace out. No.
You gotta make up your own thing.
day.
He's so funny.
Bye, period.
Period.
Bye.
Yeah,
That
that's
works
period.
for me, right?
That was
No, that's
perfect.
perfect.